don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Spinster, is that you? Oh my gosh, the RVD! I gotta get you to a doctor! Ah! Will he make it, Doc?
I don't know. There's only so much I can do.
Doc, I'll pay whatever it costs. Take your damn Energon cubes. However many it takes. I'll pay it. Fix my little spuddy.
I'll just store those away for later. I might be able to do something for you. Here, have him take this pill. With any luck, he should be back to relative normalcy from the RVD within about 3 days.
Are you sure that'll fix him, Doc?
Oh yes. Just make sure he takes it.
Orally?
No, it's a suppository.
Spinster, I really don't think this is an improvement. I really hate Autobots.
Hello everyone, this is Tom, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Iron Factory Wings of Tyranny, Tyrants Wings Red IFEX20R. This is their Starscream. So, this is the box, the box, the box, the box, and the back of the box, you get that. Okay, so that's the box. Let's see if I can get this thing open with one hand. I can do many things. Opening boxes, maybe not so much. There's part number 1. Part number 2 and instructions, and there's nothing else in the box. Okay. So, right off the bat, clamshell, figure. He's really light. Okay. Bottom of the box, we get. You can't see that, neither can I. There's a Starscream head, a Megatron gun, and the stand, and that's going to be the part that connects him to the stand. Okay, we'll look at all that later. And over here, looks like you've got the coronation kit and the part for the Ghost Starscream. Okay, and instructions. Okay, so, okay. Starscream. Give me a minute, and I will get into this review. Alright, so let's take us a quick little look here at Starscream. He's a good little figure. He's got some metallic red going on right here at the chest, some gunmetal. Is that gunmetal or is that charcoal? Not really sure. There's a whole hell of a lot of difference, but there is some right there. He's got some charcoal or gunmetal right there for the face. Nice red painted eyes, and they're in pretty good shape. He's got paint right here on his null rays. The wings have a nice crisp line in red and silver. Look like on both sides. You have some silver paint right here on the knees. You've got some silver abs picked out right here. You've got translucent yellow for the cockpit. When we get to plane mode, we'll see you've got a nice sharp line right here. Looks like on both sides and on both sides of both sides, if that makes sense. And that appears, oh, you got some silver right here, and that appears, as along with the charcoal right back in yonder, that appears to be the paint tabs. Articulation wise, his head is on a ball joint. I've already popped the head off several times. You can wiggle waggle that around just like that. And it's a really nice face sculpt for a Starscream, I think. The arms are on a ball joint. You can see the whole mechanism right there. It goes up to right there. Well, you're not supposed to have the hinge go down like that, but if you move the wing back, it'll do a full 360. With the wing there, you know, you get your standard articulation. You get an elbow bend of over 90 degrees, which is nice, single bend. Because it's on that ball joint, you do get some wiggle right there at the ball and socket joint there. And you even get a wrist swivel. Now granted, we pay more for these little small figures, but if we can do this, why can't Hasbro? Anyway, that's a topic for another discussion. There is no waist swivel. Is there? I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It was just kind of tight. Blocked in place. So yes, there's a waist swivel. And look at this. That paint goes all the way through. I've scuffed it just a little bit because I'm moving it, but yeah, that paint, they painted the whole thing. That's pride in a piece right there. You got T-jointed ball joints for hips, and they painted the connection right here. Look at this. Pride in a figure. He can do the full splits there. Let's see, that's the Chinese splits. Can he do the American splits? Let's find out. Oh, yeah, he can do the American splits too. So there you go. He has a thigh swivel right. There's a mushroom peg. You can see it right there. So that mushroom peg allows for a thigh swivel. Knee articulation. It's just a little bit, and I mean just a degree or two past 90 degrees, but it's pretty good for a single hinge elbow or single hinge knee. Now the feet. This is a stationary piece right here. It really doesn't. I mean, it wiggles. Okay, so it was stationary until I started moving it. I guess mine's just really tight until I start messing with it. Alright, so he's got an ankle rocker. Before I say, yeah, and I guess it'll move too. I tell you what, this thing was just stiff until I started really kind of messing with it. There's the gear inside of it, if you can see it right there. So, yeah. And then this is on a ball joint. So, from there you can wiggle it however you want to on that hinge. And then you got a toe pivot up and down. So that represents his articulation. He can hold the Megatron gun. The Megatron gun comes loose right here, just like that. And you just put it in his hand, just like that. And then if you want, you can put the stock back on it, just like that. It looks just like that. And finally, I have a legend scaled Megatron gun. I am so happy. Yay! I'm happy. Alright, so, really quickly, why don't we do some size comparisons with this guy? So, he's meant to be legend scale. And, let's see, do I have my ruler handy? I have my ruler handy. So, Starscream measures in at under 4 inches. The top of the pylons, I'd say, are 3 3/4 of an inch. Okay, here he is with pipes from the Generations line. give you an idea of scale. Okay. Here he is with a movie deluxe Bumblebee. Again, just to give you a general idea of scale. Alright, what else do I have? Here he is with a Titans Return Hot Rod Deluxe. Let's see here. For you Classics fans, there he is next to Classics Prime. Again, sense of scale. What else do I have real quick that I could show him off with? Here he is with an oversized Iron Factory Magnus, and I have to tell you that it just makes me happy. If you've ever watched my scale argument video, that just makes me happy. That ticks off boxes on several categories. And then you start throwing in the old Scout class. And, I mean, yeah, we're going to get, when I finally get the stuff up and going, yeah, that's going to be fine. I'm going to be really pleased with what I'm going to do with that. So, alright. I think that's pretty much it. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to take a look with me at what I consider to be a really nice figure. I just wish it cleaned up a little bit better in airplane mode. Okay? Alright, so accessory wise, he comes with his flight stand, which I have assembled, and it's just your standard Iron Factory flight stand. You've got various different ports here that you can put this piece in. It just plugs in. This piece has a hinge here, which lets you move it back and forth. You got a hinge here, and then this little piece just attaches to, it just attaches right around Starscream's little crotch area. I guess he's got a cup for athletics or whatever. Okay, so yeah, you can use this in robot or vehicle mode. Additionally, he has his coordination cape, which is this kind of off purple. I don't know, it reminds me, my kids have this Ursula toy. It's this kind of purple. It's just kind of an off purple. And it'll extend, it's on two little hinges right through here. It'll extend about that far before you break up the sculpt on it. So we'll show that on him here in a little bit. He comes with his two little shoulder thingy, goes on his shoulders to show that he's special. Purple used to be the color of royalty, for those of you that don't know. So that's the reason why they went with purple. He comes with this little miniature Megatron gun, which is absolutely fantastic. I like this because finally I have a mass shifted Megatron. So, yay. He comes with his coronation head, and I know I'm using the iPad so it doesn't focus at all, but it looks really nice. It's got the exaggerated crown, it's got red, the red eyes are painted, it's got that sort of charcoal colored face. Yeah, it just pops right on there. And the last thing is we get this Ghost Starscream body, and it's got the wiggle wobble at the head, and it's got the ball joints for the shoulders, and this, and you know, it looks like it's going to be transformable. It just looks like it's got the pieces to transform, but it's clear plastic, so we'll need to be careful with it. But it does look like it can transform, so that might be kind of interesting. The other pieces are going to come with Skywarp and Thundercracker, so yeah, that's the accessories. Okay, so here he is in his coronation outfit, and the way they've done this, they've cut it out. They've cut out a hole for his null rays right through here. I know you can see those right there. I don't remember in the movie if he had his null rays on during the coronation, but with the null rays on, he has limited articulation. This doesn't really allow for a whole lot to start with, but you can move these back and get stuff, but it does kind of limit his arm somewhat. Without the null rays on, you can get more out of it, but not as much, just because of the fact that these are foreign piece onto the joints. The head is a little bit limited, a little bit more, simply because the crown bumps into these shoulder pylons. Yeah, they just bump into it a little bit. You know, you still look around and whatnot, but it does bump into it. The cape, you know, you can fold it out, make it look weird, but like that's about as far as it'll go. You can take the main piece and you can angle it however you want. So, I mean, you can have it all dynamic like that, blow it in the wind, or however you want to do it. Yeah, I just thought I'd show him off here in the coronation outfit. He will never be displayed like that in my collection, just because I never was a fan of coronation Starscream. It's a neat thing, it's just not for me. Alright. Okay, so transforming this guy is not all that difficult, but I do have a tendency to pop the head off on occasion. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. We fold the wings back like this. Fold these little flaps up right here, just like this. So it looks like this, okay? Now, your arms are going to detach. I think we saw that earlier. So they detach like this, and they come down. Now, let me see if I can remember exactly. This part right here is connected to the back. You can pull this off like that and pull it up like that. Right there's your landing gear on the inside, by the way, if you could see that. So, you can take your finger, push that in, and that opens up your cockpit section right here. Push this up. Right here is your nose cone. Pull that out like that, okay? Now, take your feet here, fold that up, fold, don't fight with me here, fold that one up, go ahead and there's a port and a pin, put them together, push your head down, that same little clasp here, right here, that locked in the neck is going to lock in behind. It's got a corresponding port right there, so you can get it all to work together and get it to just fit right in there if you do it right. And if not, you can fight with it until you get it about right. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look that way, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to go? Something along those lines? Alright. Now, these legs collapse in on themselves. You can see the hinge here, and it literally just collapses. Pull these up. We'll pull those out a little bit. And they just kind of rock down and in. Kinda. Get in there. You can do it. I have full confidence in you. There we go. And then they just kind of snap in place. Just like that. Now, arms come down. Arms come down. Rotate your null rays around. And there's a port and a pin. Just snaps right in. Just snaps right in, I promise you, just like that. You have landing gear right here if you want it. And you have your landing gear right here, and it sits like that, and make these all pretty. And that's him in his airplane mode. And see, the transformation wasn't all that difficult. It really wasn't. Alternatively, you can take off the null rays and you can plug them in here on the arms or underneath the wings like this. The instructions tell you to just leave them on the arms like that. I don't know. Which one do you like better? I don't know. I kind of like them a little closer to the body myself, I think. Anyway, there's his transformation. It's not bad. It doesn't take long. I do wish it cleaned up a little bit better underneath, because I don't necessarily, if I was going to hang them from a wire, I wouldn't want it like this. I might want it to be able to see from the bottom, and that just doesn't clean up very well at all. But, alright, there's his transformation. And there he is on his flight stand, and it works pretty well. I really wish this cleaned up better on the bottom, but, you know, it works. It works pretty well. Can't really complain. Alright, now for size comparisons. Here's Starscream. Here he is. He's Legend Scale. Here he is next to Bumblebee. Just give you an idea of scale. Here he is next to this crazy thing. Can't remember its name or what the hell it is. Let's see here. For you more classics-minded guys and gals out there, here he is next to a Cyberverse Ultra Magnus. And yeah, okay. And here he is next to, I think this is Vector Prime. So that's everything I have transformed into vehicle mode. So yeah, there's your size comparison. And now, to answer the burning question on everyone's mind, how does the Iron Factory EX20R, otherwise known as Starscream, scale with Metroplex? Here we have Starscream in the hand of Metroplex, my poor Metroplex that still doesn't have the shoulder pylons. And just for the sense of scale, I've also thrown in a Generations Rat Trap. Again, just for a sense of scale. So, again, I'm making an impassioned plea. If anybody has shoulder cannons, I will buy them from you. If you've got a Wrecker Metroplex, a Wrecked Metroplex, I'll pay for the mold. You can make a mold for me, and I'll pay for everything. I just need some, because this is kind of sad. But that's okay. But yes, that's how he scales in the hand of Metroplex. Oh no, what happened to Wreckgar? Oh, that poor fellow. Looks like he's been Energon cubed. Alright, well, thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and thank you for sharing this unique little figure with me. Until next time.
And thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.